Hey everyone, welcome back to the Big Saturday Show. Now, Jussie Smollett faces several years behind bars for faking a hate crime, and he still has legal trouble. The city of Chicago is suing him to recoup the cost of their investigation. And now the former Chicago police superintendent says the Subway sandwich is what convicted him.
This guy had the sandwich in his hand and never been touched. So that was a real tip and a clue to us that something was amiss.
All right, former President Trump reacting to Smollett's conviction on the Ingram angle.
This is really a hate crime, sort of a hate crime in reverse, and he's not going to get away with it.
All right, David Webb, I want to go to you first. So listen, we got Jussie Smollett that says, you know, he was attacked, he had acid thrown on him, he was punched, but he gets back to his apartment and he has a perfectly good Subway sandwich. It's kind of odd, but not only that, he kept the alleged noose around his neck for hours and never took it off. What's your take on this keen superintendent who pointed out that evidence?
Well, you know, since we've been talking about Jussie and OJ on radio with all of this going on, let me try a twist on this. If the sandwich isn't bit, you cannot acquit. Jussie Smollett never touched the sandwich. He did remove the noose, and he did replace the noose on his neck because as an actor, he needed to do this. And maybe, and it's not my idea, so I stole it freely from someone else, he should do a show about fake crimes. He should play a fraudster, but hopefully he gets a few years before he gets to do it, except from behind prison bars. Sad part about this, Jussie probably won't get much time, even for a first-time offender, even for what he did, which wasn't against just Trump or MAGA country, but it was really against the American people and a disgrace in what it means when it comes to dealing with real hate crimes, and all the other issues that Robin Roberts and all of the left and Don Lemon cooked up against the American people. They're all frauds. They all should be punished.
Hey, guys, wait, real quick. No, I think part of the reason why he didn't bite into that sandwich is because of those headlines that happened earlier this year that Subway tuna actually contains chicken, pork, and cattle DNA. So I don't know. Was that factored in? Maybe.
Maybe.
You know, I don't know, but maybe it was wrapped in a MAGA hat for him. I don't know.
But Abby, isn't it fair, though, that the police look at all the evidence, and I was a prosecutor for 10 years, so they look and say, these facts that are very simple don't add up because a first-time criminal like Smallett didn't actually think through the crime and what prosecutors and cops are going to look at?
Yeah, completely. I think it's really interesting to follow how people actually solve a crime. I listen to plenty of podcasts, and, you know, if you've been in a situation like that where it truly is a traumatic experience, it's true, you kind of black out and you forget everything that you're doing. And look, I think that Jussie Smollett owes an apology to the black community, the LGBTQ plus community, and all the communities that are affected by hate crimes, because essentially by doing this, he was taking away the power from their testimonies. And it really is sad. And in addition to that, I truly believe that he also spread hate. I mean, he said that he doesn't trust the police. And after he said that, BLM, the organization, came out and they said, hey, we're going to support Jussie Smollett regardless of the verdict, which we now know is guilty. And then you had a leader in Los Angeles, BLM, in that organization in Los Angeles, say that the Chicago police are the worst of the worst. And I hope that Ella French's family never hears that, because that was a brave woman. And if you look across the country so far this year, 314 police officers have been shot. 58 of them have been killed. 95 ambush-style attacks. So I hope that one day, in addition to these other categories, that the men and women in blue can actually be protected under hate crime law as well. Maybe they are, but hopefully soon.
But Jackie,
if they aren't.
Yeah, Jackie, I want to ask you this because President Trump commented on this, and here you had the alleged attackers that were wearing MAGA hats, and by the way, they're in the middle of Chicago, which is very liberal, and saying this is MAGA country, and so this was really an effort to defame Republicans and President Trump and say they're anti-gay and anti-black. Was President Trump right to call this a hate crime?
I think he was, and I would love to know what Jussie Smollett said when he took the stand in this case. I mean, remember what he was being charged with: lying to the police, lying to the detectives with respect to these police reports, how he was going to justify that he's innocent here. His lawyers have now come out and said, oh, we're going to appeal this, and he's going to be completely vindicated. How? I mean, yes, the sandwich, it's funny, but the sandwich being intact actually says a lot. And I'll speak to what the police detective was saying there about wanting the money back for the investigation. What about the taxpayers? Don't they want the money back for this trial? I mean, it's kind of a sham and a waste of time on everybody's part here.
Yeah, but, you know, if
David,
I could just interject, this is a dangerous thing that's happening right here, because Abby pointed out that BLM gets back into the conversation. And by the way, now they're just using Jussie Smollett to attack the police. So there's a lot more coming out of this, because this situation gets used, and it's used to drive more people against law enforcement, against their communities. So now you have a Marxist organization driving an anti-police message using a fake hate crime. This is how things go really wrong in this country, in our communities.
Yeah, you know, with law enforcement, I thought one of the most shocking pieces of evidence wasn't the sandwich. It was actually that he still had the noose around his neck after, you know, these thugs allegedly put it there. So, you know, really, he kept it around his neck so the cops could see it. Any human being would take a noose off their neck right away, but he kept it on, which was not cool, and I think a giveaway. But, all right, great conversation, you guys.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.